Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 22 of our 30-day self-improvement challenge. This is Claude McFarlane, founder and CEO of the McFarlane Group, and today we're here to talk to you about our topic of networking, relationship building, and our circle of influence. One of the most humbling lessons in self-improvement is the concept that we all need help, right? We cannot learn and know everything on our own or by ourselves. So if we need other people, how do we go about finding them, right? How do we know who is the best and who to trust? We've all heard it's not what you know, it's who you know. And there are a lot of doors that can simply be opened based on the relationships that we have. So, when you look at funding and sponsorship and decision making, or even success in our personal lives, they all hinge respectively on relationships. And it may seem redundant, and we've covered it already, but you've got to know who you are at your core and what your purpose is at your core. Once you have that, you'll know how to effectively surround yourself with the people that foster your growth in areas of your purpose and of your person. And keep in mind that this is a journey. You will learn and you will fail along the way. That's why we also studied, the areas before of filtering and detoxification and defense, for our self-improvement. So in order to identify and eventually filter, to establish your circle of influence, you first have to network and build relationships. So when we look at networking, this goes for both personal and professional networking. You have to be out there. And I don't mean that every event that happens you need to attend. A lot of people do this, and the only thing they have to show for it is a selfie or a picture on social media or a story to tell the next day. I think we're all guilty of this at some point or another, real talk, right? But 99% of the time, ask yourself, what am I getting out of this? What is going to be the growth shown from this in 2 weeks or 2 months from now, right? This lends a lot to yesterday's incredibly powerful and popular topic of value. Again, sometimes events are just fun to go to, and that's okay. But once in a while, you have to look at it and say, this is your life. And how you spend your time is truly a trade off and will dictate if you are getting closer or further away from your goal. But you have to be visible and active no matter what. And then there's relationship building. You ask, what is the value I'm bringing that others are getting out of this? Again, you're bringing value, right? Every time you meet, someone, bring something that the other person can use to help grow themselves and something you can use to help grow yourself as well. And that's about it. The rest will fall into place as a result of the dynamic growth of the relationship. I have a small group of individuals that I refer to as my circle of influence. And I want to explore with you the 4 key characteristics of this group. Number 1 is they complement and supplement my spirit and my character. They make me better. Okay? Number 2, they all are in better positions or are somewhat smarter than me. In other words, they are good mentors. They make me better. They are in an area or areas where I seek to improve. Being there makes me better. Number 4, they are subject matter experts in their field. Okay? Learning from them makes me better. Are you seeing a theme? There are standards that anyone that is in my circle gets filtered through, honestly. And you need to either use these or establish your own, but you need to have them. You don't need to be deterred by failed relationships, both personal and professional. Not every relationship you pursue is going to happen, nor should it. You don't know what doors God is going to shut and which other ones he's going to open. Again, we've talked a while back on saving yourself before you can save others. And you have to realize that you can't save everybody, okay? It sounds selfish, but it's not. Okay, they have to take ownership of their own success at some point or another. And you cannot live your life trying to please everyone. I've done this as a salesperson. This was admittingly me for a long period of time. Okay, and I've spoken to individuals both professionally and personally, and you want them to like you and to be with you and to be around you, and they're just not biting, and you get frustrated and say, well, maybe if I do this, or they'll want me, if I do that, or they'll invite me, or they'll take me to this meeting. Look, and this is why belief of self is so important. I know me and the value that I bring, and I say, I'm giving you the opportunity to learn who I am and the value that I bring. If you don't want to do that, adios. Okay, it's not my job to make you understand my importance and the value that I hold. And sometimes people will hold you up by letting their past dictate your future. And that just doesn't make any sense. So I'm not begging for a meeting or a coffee or an invite to an event. That's not my job. My job is to endure and to pursue. I'm already a success. Y'all just don't know it yet, okay? And one of my favorite quotes that I have in the signature of my emails is by Christy Joyner. And it says that it is not your job to figure out your problems. It's your job to trust God and follow the leading of the Holy Spirit. And what that said to me was, just be you, do you, and go. The right people will get it. There are 6 billion people on earth or whatever. I just want 6 of the right ones. Okay, so believe, deliver, trust, endure, and progress. And finally, you've got to scale your circle. Okay, you don't need but a handful, maybe 2. Establish your core. If you try to have 500 people, then you're spreading the breadth of what you can do to maintain and how you can be effective way too thin. And the bottom will break out and everyone will fall out. But if you establish a good foundation, you will maintain structure and strength. Okay? Through my failed or successful relationships, I've learned that I have family, blood related or not, okay, and that's my small group. I've got friends, there's a little bit more, or you're just acquaintances, which is everyone else. Okay, let's just keep it real. I mean, that's just what I see in terms of networking and relationship building and then establishing my circle of influence. So that's what I have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this message reaches you well. I hope that you can utilize this as you realize that it's not just all about you and that you do need some help, and that you've got some principles now on how to establish the people that are there to help you. So thanks again for joining me on day 22. We'll be back again tomorrow with day 23. We're almost there to day 30. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me at the McFarlanegroup@gmail.com. You can visit my website at McFarlane Group LLC. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube as well. So thanks, guys. Be blessed and make today great.